Greetings and good day. We're having another look at another artifact armor set here. We're having a look at the Reaper set, actually named Reaper set, pretty much. Or the pieces are just called Reaper, this, that, and the other. Fun fact though, this armor set was last seen during the original reveal for Reaper, which I believe was an Aura wearing it. Yoshi P wore it on stage, and also the actual NPC trainer you get it from doesn't actually wear this armor set, but she does have the Scythe. Anyway, as you can probably imagine, yes, the Reaper armor set that you get, the artifact one, is very, very much just all black. In fact, if anything, the helmet super reminds me of something like from Bloodborne. If you looked at the Crypt Lurker gear, it was super inspired by Dark Souls, and if it wasn't, well, that would be madness. Got a lovely tattered cape when it comes to the chest piece. There's not much to really say about this. I mean, you can see that it's quite leathery. At least it looks leathery, considering it's maiming gear, which is the same as Dragoon, which you'd expect it to be a little bit platy. It's very much not so. You got some sort of like vials down here, or stakes even. It does give a bit of a Vampire Hunter vibe as well, to me at least. Also, have a look at the lovely little Scythe here, which I just pressed the wrong button. We'll just draw this out. Show the Scythe as we'll just let it wait to come around to the front. Come on, here we go. Ha 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 ha. The Scythe is not a bad looking sickle, in all honesty. I believe this one is called Death's Sickle. Got a nice little, bit at the end there where you can poke and stab and rip and tear, and it doesn't quite beat the other Scythe which I've seen in game compared to other ones. For me, it's one of the weaker looking weapons out of the artifacts and stuff like that. Compared to ones we previously looked at too, I always like the folding of the actual blade itself. But if I'm honest, and you've probably seen it and probably used it quite a bit, the Scavian is much better looking because it has that sort of motorized one. And I personally like to use the Crimson Lotus Scythe. But that's a video for another time when we have a look at different weapons you can get for different jobs. And other things too, in terms of poetics. So yeah, like I said, there's not much to say about Reaper. I got it to 90 and left it, if I'm honest. I know there's plenty of people who do enjoy it. It's the new job that came in EndWalker. I don't really see many people using this armor set outside of just getting it for like 89 until you get better gear. It's kind of limiting the glam when it comes to the helmet, since it also does cover it. I don't think you can uncover the visor. No, the visor. There is no uncovering of the visor, I'm afraid to say. So yeah, there's once again not much to say about it. It looks the exact same on male as it does female. It's still quite a nice looking set, but I'm going to be honest, the Sage one looks better than this one. So yeah. In terms of dyeables, we'll just have a look. You can probably guess by now what gets dyed. So here we go, we have the chest piece. We'll just do this, and it does all the black pieces except for the chest piece. So the chest piece and all these little bits down here. The cloak gets mostly dyed. When I dyed this originally, I think I dyed it red. It just looked quite nice in that red. Wine red dye looks very lovely with it too, and you can kind of make a ruby glam with this. Dark red, personally, looks amazing to me. It does also slightly dye the chest, not a lot, but it does slightly dye it. I look at the leg pieces. As you can see here, there's nothing really being hidden by the rest of the stuff either, and you can see the shoes are just as they are as well. So all in all, it's a nice little set that kind of works for what it is. Maybe I shouldn't be so lazy with it. Like we'll look at the dyeables for the legs as well. So it does look a bit better in white. It kind of emphasizes these little bits a bit more, like makes them stand out. When it's just black, they kind of blend in a bit too much, the leather pieces, whatever they're supposed to be. So I think it does look a little bit better when you dye it a different colour. Not too much better, but a little bit better. If you do dark red, of course, it does that bit too. I don't know what's with the little slits showing the skin. It just feels a bit weird to me. But hey, you know what? It's sexy, so whatever. The problem is it's the same on male, but hey, equality, right? Equality. Just select another item. We'll go for the gloves. So the gloves, they also, as you can see here, they dye quite nicely as well. It's just the little bits and stuff like that. And the helmet, yeah, the little cloths there too. How does the weapon dye though? So when you dye the weapon, it looks like it does the entire thing pretty much. I think I prefer this in its original color as well, if I'm honest. Although in red it might look better, but there's others you can just get better. If you're willing to go for the grind, I would actually wholeheartedly recommend, and I know it's probably quite common, but I would wholeheartedly recommend the Palace of the Dead Scythe. It's a really nice red one and it looks amazing. So, sorry this one's a bit shorter compared to the other artifact armors that we have a look at, but there really doesn't feel like there's much to say about this one, because I don't want to say that it feels like this artifact armor was an afterthought, but usually, at least to me personally, it feels like one new job when it comes to expansions, at least with Shadowbringers, and maybe not the others, gets more love than the other one. Reaper got a lot more love in terms of mechanics, but when it came to its story was pretty good, but its artifact armor just kind of feels lacking to me in comparison to Sage. It's the same sort of thing that happened with Gunbreaker. I felt that the actual story for Gunbreaker was like not that great, but the class itself, as well as also the armor it had, was really good. So it's a bit of the opposite situation here. Whereas the Dancer one had a lot of work put into the MSQ, not just MSQ, into its story, but the artifact gear, like for AT, didn't look amazing. Mostly because it looked very similar to stuff we already had in the game, which was like the Fanavian stuff as well, but obviously it kind of is supposed to be from there anyway, from Fafnir. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys again for another video. Don't forget to follow and like, follow, subscribe, share the videos, and check us out on twitch.tv/Wobsy. But for now, I'll just say, you know what? Have a good night, have a good day, whatever it might be. I'll see you again for another one. Don't know what we're looking at next, but it will be something more. Ta-ta for now.